Hey guys! So I thought I'd do a quick review on things that I'm keeping and things that I like and things that I don't like that I've purchased from Amazon recently. Um oh, and I have to say I'm so excited because this came in the mail. So for those of you who've been paying, following, you know that I've been using this recently, which has been a nightmare, and I still have a lot left. I shouldn't say a lot left. I think I have like that much left. And I got this one in and I used it last night. Boom. And my face is already feeling better. I'm not having all this crazy ass dryness. So thank God for this. The difference between these two, again, this one has niacinamide in it. This one has hydroquinone in it. Both of them are tretinoin. I prefer this one. For whatever reason, every time I've used niacinamide or azelaic acid, they tend to really irritate my skin. So if you're somebody that has sensitive skin meaning you have psoriasis, you have eczema, you have any of those skin situations. I don't know if they're diseases. I don't think that they are, but they are definitely something that's with you forever. If you're someone with those and you're finding that your tretinoin is irritating you, check and see if you can switch out the niacinamide or go to Dermatica and give this a try. But try to get rid of the niacinamide and the azelaic acid, because I'm going to tell you right now, for pigmentation, it's hydroquinone. That's where the research is. Hydroquinone. Niacinamide, it's been proven that it doesn't do anything in terms of discoloration. Whatever you're hearing out there for pigmentation, it's here. Not only that, this stuff, and again, the niacinamide for me dries me out, makes my forehead extremely oily. The azelaic acid just irritates my skin. It just ends up being stingy and just really angry. So my face doesn't like it. But anyway, this is where it's at. So I'm happy because my face just looks so much better in just one day. I can imagine what it's going to look like in a couple of days to a week, 3 weeks. Anyhow, going back to this, sorry. So I purchased this thinking that it was just a vitamin C serum, but no, it has retinol in it. And I couldn't understand why when you apply it, it looks so beautiful, but then the next day your skin is really dry and flaky. So I'm going, well, let me try it again. And I know that it's also that I was using the Rory, but this was added. And I'm going, okay, this isn't cool. What's doing this? What's making this even worse than already, than I already am? So I stopped. I used this only for like 3 or 4 days. No. I used it for a week. And from the first day, the first like night, so I applied it at night and I, looked in the morning and I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? As soon as I stopped using this, even though I still have flakiness with the Rory, it was reduced by a lot. I think I am going to try this one more time tonight before I send it back, just to see if maybe with the hydroquinone it's different, but I highly doubt it, because I use things like this and they don't cause me those problems. So it's got to be the retinol in there. Usually I find that over the counter retinols irritate me more than, believe it or not, prescription retinol. Get that one. So the other thing that I have found through Taylor I order it from Amazon because it's easier, is the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. I fucking love this. This is fabulous. So I've been using this quite a bit. So that is a stay. I was so hoping that these two would work. The Saem Cover Perfection Pot Concealer and then the Saem Cover Perfection Tip Concealer. This is so drying. I'm talking instant drying pastiness. I tried it again, even just like applying it on the back of my hand, and it's drying. The pigmentation's decent, but no. And then I tried using this one again because at first I thought I liked it, but it does not play well on the inner corners. And it's funny because anywhere that you have dry spots, which usually any kind of acne or spots have that dry outside circle, this clings to it. Both of these just cling. So I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to stick with my Becca for now until I can get my It Cosmetics, and then I'm done with that crap. So that's gone. This did not, it's not bad. It just didn't make me go, oh, I want to buy this again. Even for $5, I didn't go, oh, I want to buy this again. So it's up to you. It's extremely average. I was hoping that it would be more. I was definitely hoping that it would have more pigmentation. Not impressed. If I'm going to do something like this again, you guys hear it all the time, I'll just stick with something like this. It just didn't do anything for me. This one I really did kind of hope. I mean, the scent is beautiful too. I really did hope, that I would like this, but this is the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It. Oh, by the way, this one is the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. This is the Eclat Vitamin C Serum. But I already told you about the concealers. And of course, this is the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It. It smells beautiful. It feels beautiful in your hands. And when you first apply it, it's pretty. I mean, it's not great on dry spots, but it's pretty. But within 2 hours, it just either starts to break down, it starts to fade away, I have combination skin, very, dry here, normal in the center. Like, my skin is so weird. So I am dry right here. I'm normal here. I'm oily here. And it doesn't play in any other area, not even in here. Like, usually most foundations will look really, really great here and then look shitty everywhere else. But after 2 hours, it just looks like crap. Which kind of stinks because the shade and surprisingly the undertone are not bad. I did not expect to like these. So I ordered the Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic on, again, Amazon, and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's going to be a dupe. It's going to be fake. It's going to be crap. And it's beautiful. It's actually fucking beautiful, especially her shimmers. I am not a fan, and I don't have that on today. So I'm not a fan of shimmers, but these are actually really, really pretty. And you can already see which ones I've kind of tapped into. I do want to use the darker shades because that was the whole purpose of me buying them, which I haven't even touched on yet. And then I ordered the Wet n Wild Color Icon. And I thought, oh, well, maybe it's a dupe for the Jaclyn Hill. And when I did a side-by-side, which you'll see in one of my videos, where I used Wet n Wild on this side, and I asked you guys to guess, and I used the Jaclyn Hill on this side, and I basically used the lighter taupey browns on with like the grayish shimmer. Both all taupey. I used taupey and taupey mattes versus shimmers, and these shimmers suck when you apply them dry. So I'm like, okay, I'm not even going to try the rest of the palette because it's probably going to be crap, and I'm just going to throw it, not throw it away, but send it back because this is it, even though I didn't like I do like some of the shades in the Wet n Wild. Like, I'm not really a fan of this shade or this shade, and I'm not sure about that one yet. We'll see. I did use this in a look combined with this, but I really mixed these two up to get the color that I wanted, these two greens, because that's actually a hunter green. Can't see it. But this just doesn't work for me, and neither does this. It's too warm. So I did like the fact that this was in here. This one right here, this taupey brown. Kind of taupey grayish brown. I was upset that this one right here is actually a shimmer because it's like, dude, you need this. And I don't really care for the copper. And this brown pulls a little too red for me. But today I have this on. This one's a little jacked because I was trying to see if I had a color in one of my other palettes to match this. And all of my other eyeshadow palettes run either too cool, too pink, or too like yellowy orange. So I wasn't feeling it. Whereas this one is just that beautiful taupey gray. Oh God. So I applied that all on this side, and this side's a little messed up because it's got the others on it. And then I threw on this and I'm going, okay, it's not working. And then I remember somebody saying, no, wait, wet them. So I sprayed this on my brush, and I went on and I applied this. Now, right now it's kind of dimmed out because I kept on trying to buff everything out, make it look blended and nice, because I didn't do too well with the wet applications. Practice though. And this came out like actual metallic foil. It was beautiful. Same with this one right here. Beautiful. So I realized that, I don't know if they're intended that way, but these are much better. These shimmers are much better wet. So if you have this palette and you're like me and you're going, why isn't this going on with my finger? It's looking like shit. It's not coming out right. Get these puppies wet. Oh, they are gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. And again, this isn't even really showing it because when I first applied it, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But I'll keep playing with it and I'll get better. So I'm actually keeping both of these because I was going to send this back and that won me over. I almost kept it just for the taupey color, but when I did what I did with the foils, I'm like, you know what? I'm keeping the whole palette because it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So those are both staying with me. What is going back, because I'm not really feeling it, I tried it with different mascaras and I didn't care for it, which is funny because I have short, sparse lashes and I didn't like it, is the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer Base. I don't know if it's just the formula. I don't know what it is. It's not working for me. Hang on a second. Sorry about that, my allergies. So I wasn't even going to say this, but today I decided to go ahead and try the one that I'm going to mention right now because I have to compare the two. The Haley's Beauty BB drops, and the Peripera Inklast cover. Now, this is only going to work if you're fair, okay? Because they only have 3 shades. This is the lightest one. And this is the darkest one. So, and this one tends, I think the combination of like 2 drops of this with 1 drop of this actually work for me. So I think I'm actually Sand, which is the second color, but that's out. So if you're finding the Haley's BB drops too oily, which I kind of do, you're going to love, I shouldn't say that. Give this a try. Again, if you're a fair girl, I think you might like it because it's actually what I have on today. And yeah, check for my Foundation Friday on this one. The only thing that I have to figure out how to do is how to make it play well here because it does dry down. So if you don't get it into your creases down here, you're going to see it when you move it. It kind of like, yeah, it doesn't look so great. But if you can get it to where you can get the foundation there and set it, oh, it's going to look beautiful because it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I love this one. And I do like this. I think I'm going to keep this for very dry days because this is definitely a dry day foundation. So for those of us that are on tretinoin that unfortunately have niacinamide and need it or want it or whatever, and you're just really flaky, here you go. For those of you that are on tretinoin, you're dry, you're kind of flaky, but not so much, give this a shot. And I think this would play very well in the summertime. I'm not quite sure yet, but just the way that it feels. And both of these feel like you have nothing on. This one does feel a little moisturizing, a little definitely oily in the T-zone. I didn't really like it at the end of the day in the T-zone. But this is really nice. I'm just kind of surprised. It's funny too, because I almost sent this back and I'm like, no, because this is going to be great for those like 13 0-degree or 0% humidity days, which we have a lot of here in California. And then these are definitely all staying. I only sent one back because it was this hideous salmon color, and it was supposed to, at least it looked like it was supposed to be a taupey color, but I'm keeping all of these because they are beautiful. I think this one I'm going to go ahead and keep playing with because it's a little too pinky lilac for me, but I'm going to keep playing with it and see if I can mix it with like one of these others and make it look a little bit better. Did I talk about everything? Yes. For those of you wondering what I have on my lips, which is coming off a little warmer on screen, and I'm not sure why, because it's actually a very neutral, kind of 90s brown. I took the Janessa Myricks palette. This is her waterproof essentials palette. This palette just floors me. This one by itself I love because I mean, vampy girl, right? But I decided to go ahead and take this one, and this one and mix them. And you just need like not mix them. You just need like the tiniest little bit. So I took, let me grab it. I took these 2 brushes. Okay, I used this one as my liner because I don't actually have a lip brush yet. And this one's really good for buffing. This is from Realtek. This is from Luxie. This one's really stiff and it's not very friendly, but it was in my opinion, good for lining for now. So I took the darker shade and I just literally just tap and I outlined my lips, and I just tap and outline my lips. And then I feathered it in. And then I just took a little, this one, and I took a little tap and I just kind of like tapped it around and then slightly blended it. And then I put in this caramel color, because it's actually a caramel color. It's looking different on here, but it's a caramel. So think caramel. Put that sort of like on the, like past, kind of like in this area right here. And then I took this one and just took my finger, tap, and then just tapped it in. And you should see this in person, because it is not warm like this. This is freaking beautiful. This is almost looking on camera like the Tom Ford Pantone 20, and it's not. Trust me. It's basically a 90s. It's warm. It's cooler than Urban Decay 1993. It's cooler than that. It's definitely neutral, and it's fucking beautiful, and it's what I've been looking for, and why I actually bought Urban Decay 1930 and now I don't use it. I mean 1993, and now I don't use it because it's too warm for me. But yeah, this I love. This palette is just no. If you haven't checked out Janessa Myricks, check out her stuff. She's a little pricey for those of you that are on a budget, but you need so little product. It's insane. And I love this because it's just so tight. So I love that. So I have these, and I'm planning on making a bunch of eyeshadow colors with this. I just have to get the courage to dive in and do it. I think I'm just gonna do it on my hands and see what happens, and then I'll play. But yeah, that's what I have for now. If I missed anything that you wanted to know about that I had been talking about, just post it in the comments and I'll do a review, or I'll comment below on what I thought of it. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking so far, and hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if any of you are loving these two, and how it is that you're applying them, because I've tried various ways and on different days and on different days of my face and different, days in terms of humidity, and each and every time it just didn't play well. Well, I shouldn't say that with this. This is just like no wow factor. But the Physicians Formula just didn't play well. People are right. The comments were spot on. Anyhow, oh, and if anyone, because I need to know, if anyone knows of one of the Maybelline in a cooler shade than this, more so think neutral. Again, think 90s. Oh, God, sorry about that. Think 90s brown. It's actually more like this. This is what it really looks like. I don't know why it's not. Oh, and it is a little tiny bit warmer than this. Just the tiniest bit warmer, but for some reason on camera, this is looking really different. Whereas here in my mirror, they're almost alike. So yeah, I'm not sure why, but anyway. If you guys know of any lipsticks or any shade in the Maybelline, let me know down below, because I definitely want to buy that, and I haven't been able to find it yet. I keep buying them, looking at them, sending them back, and it's like, damn it, I want the right one. Alrighty guys, love you. See you next time.